Hello everyone, welcome to Soul Seekers Tarot and your reading. I'm Corey. In today's reading we're going to be looking at how will that one worry or concern that's on your mind work out for you. And this is the deck I've chosen for the 3 piles. How will that one worry, that concern that's on your mind work out for you? I hope you're all doing well and that you had a lovely weekend. And thank you for being here to watch the video. And thank you for your likes and subscribes. Very much appreciated. Okay, let's get going. We got pile 1 already. Reconsider. Card 35, which is an 8 for abundance. Reconsider. All right. And then for pile 2, we have Embrace the Adventure. Card 23, which is a 5. That's change. Abundance and change. And third pile, we have Listen to Your Heart. Card 10, which is a new beginning for 1. Listen to your heart. Okay. Let's see. Now, guys, if you don't use your intuition to choose your pile, you may be using the numbers. So I have some numbers for you. Let's see if they're all there. Yep. Say pile 1, we have numbers 3 and 4. So it could be that your 3 resonates with you. I've got a bump in my vinyl tablecloth. Okay, 3 resonates with you, or 4, or 34, 43, or 7 if you add them together. Yeah, dang thing. Won't sit properly. Okay, and pile 2, we have numbers 5 and 6, so it could be 56, it could be 65, it could be 11, or it's just 5 or 6. All right, and the last 2 is 1 and 2. They're all like right after each other, 1 and 2. So if you were adding them, let's say as 3, you could basically watch this this reading too. Or if you were going with this one because of the 3, you could be watching this reading as well. Because these add to 3, so it's either it's 12 or 21, or it's 1 or 2 or 3 added together. Okay, now if you're not using numbers either, you like to go with your zodiac sign, that's what I like to do. I use both my intuition and the zodiac sign. So we got pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Okay, so pile 1, we've got Libra and Gemini, and then we have Scorpio and Capricorn. For pile 2, we have got Cancer and Aquarius, with Leo and Virgo. Pile 3, we have Pisces and Aries. And finally, Sagittarius and Taurus for pile 3. Okay, everyone, that's what we've got for the 3 piles. Take your time, and I'll be back with you very, very quickly. Hi there, pile 1. This is your reading. Welcome to your reading, and you have chosen, not we, you have chosen this card for Reconsider. What is she doing? She's holding a torch with a flame, and there's a butterfly there, and flowers are growing up around, and it's kind of like, I don't know, she's using the torch to be able to see her way through, like to find her way, right? For how will that one worry or concern on your mind work out for you? Because this is all like shadow, the darkness behind her. As she moves forward, the light, illuminates her forward motion, leaving the shadow behind. We'll read that in a moment, okay, just to be clear. And then if you didn't choose it with your intuition, you might have chose with the number you chose. Maybe the numbers 3 or 4 mean something to you, or 34, 43, or 7. Okay, and if not, you had your zodiac, you chose with your zodiac, and that would be, we've got Gemini and Capricorn, with Libra and Scorpio. Okay, So let's get out all the cards first, and then I'll read the meaning for that one. All right, Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, thank you for being here and envelop me in your beautiful angelic wings of light, love, protection, and guidance. Please guide and assist me today for correctly interpreting the energies of the cards for pile 1 as I pull them directed by you. Thank you. We have Wheel of Fortune. The sun was still in bed, just like this is. The sun's still in bed, right? But there was a lightness in the sky over the 100-acre wood, which seemed to show that it was waking up and would soon be kicking off the close. So it cycles, change, and ups and downs, the Wheel of Fortune. Cycle, change, and ups and downs. Okay, let's get a clarification from the tarot. This one, Knight of Pentacles. Steady wins the race, slow and steady. Slow and steady and reliable. Committed, reliable. Yep. Does what they say and says what they do. Okay, so let's get Lenormand. So Wheel of Fortune. So good fortune is coming. It's going to be slow though. It's going to be slow, good fortune. But sometimes it's best that things come slowly because then they last. We have Bouquet. Yeah, number 9, that's an ending. It's a Queen of Swords right here with the Queen, the Q and the Spade. Queen of Swords. Okay, Bouquet. I'll read that to you in a moment. It's a pleasant energy. That is. Let me see if I can get the right book here. Flowers. Beauty and a happy face is what I bring. I am the gift that warms your heart. I am your recovery and your well-being. No matter what card is before me, I will always change it positively. So it's definitely a positive energy card, and it brings wellness, recovery, and good tidings, you know, because of the 9. It's the whatever came before it is ending. This is going to be like the recovery, the wellness. This is going to be the pleasantness, the beauty. Okay, now let's get this Oracle deck. Is Angels and Ancestors by Lily. No. Kyle Gray. That's who it's from. Kyle Gray, a Hay House author. Creator. Guardian Angel, you are not alone. White feather. You've been seeing any white feathers lately on the ground? Okay, so we got all our cards. It's a matter of reading this one now, and I'm going to check this one out. Guardian Angel. See if there's anything that would be nice to add to this. Guardian Angel, you are not alone. Watch for signs and reminders from your angels, like the white feather or a penny or something else. And loved ones, that they are close by. Remember, they are working hard to guide you. The Guardian Angel card shows the white feather that has become known as the Guardian Angel's business card. Whenever a white feather appears in your life and or this card appears in a reading, it's a message to say your guardian angel and ancestor guides are particularly close at this time and are there to support you with their love. If you have asked for help with a particular situation like we have, how will that one worry or concern that's currently on your mind work out for you? If you've asked for the help with a particular situation, know that there is divine intervention in the works. Okay, that's what I'd want to know for sure, for sure. Everyone has a guardian angel who has been with them in all their past lifetimes and will be there in all the lifetimes to come. So know that you are never alone and never will be alone. This card is a huge reminder that there is always help and support available to you. Your guardian angel is with you now and is here to aid you in all of your endeavors. In order to fully receive their support, first ask for it, then surrender to the process. Know that whatever unfolds will be for your highest good. Yes, so that's what I've been doing. I have been asking for the angels' help, and I know just because I've been, trying to open myself up to Spirit's guidance for quite some time, I know that the help that I ask for, I have to let go of receiving it. That, it sounds counterintuitive, but you have to let go of receiving it. You have to let go of what, the time, the management, the time part, and the how it's going to show up part. Because if you do, if you manage to do that, which you can, then you're going to be very, very pleasantly surprised when the solution finally shows up. Very, very pleasantly surprised, way more than you could have if you had dictated the terms yourself, which of course wouldn't be a divine solution. It would be your own hand in it. And that, we can, to some extent, depending on what the situation and the problem is, we can solve things, but that doesn't mean that there wouldn't have been a better way and therefore a better outcome if we don't try to stick our hand in it, don't try to dictate the terms, and we give it over to the universe. So card number 35 here, which is abundance, which especially if you've got a situation about money, it's a good card to have. Reconsider. The universe is cautioning you to stop and reconsider. You are tempted to fall out of alignment with your spirit and go against the true nature, your true nature. Do not blindly follow what isn't good for you. Instead, re-examine your priorities and where necessary, make an about face. Above all, be honest with yourself. Don't tell yourself something or someone is okay and can be trusted when it isn't true. Watch out for your tricky ego, which will try to convince you to betray yourself and go along with those who do not have your best interest at heart. If you know you are in the wrong company, admit it. Also, acknowledge addictions or dependencies on substances and other people and on people. If something or someone is dragging you down, it's time to let go. So it's like I said, if it may be that you are trying to find the solution yourself on your own terms, maybe with getting other people involved and that be their terms. So it's best to wait for the guidance that will pop into your mind, or it'll show up as a sign in some way. You might read the bus that goes by you as you're standing on the corner. It might have a billboard on it that says something that's just going to go like, that seems to be, what I've been waiting to receive for guidance, answers, whatever. But if you let go of it and you give it completely to the divine, you ask for their help for it, and then you let go. You just get on with your life, Don't give it another thought. As best as you can, don't give it another thought. Because even if there's a deadline coming up, then you're wondering how you're going to make that payment or whatever it is. Just allow it to come to the day that it's supposed to be paid. And then if you feel as though you haven't gotten any guidance, you're going to suddenly just know. You're going to know. You're going to figure out that, okay, I can pull this $10 from this bank account here, take $30 advance off my Visa card or something. It's just going to come to you, and you're going to have that solution. And then you're going to allow divine to help you for the next time again. Just allow it to happen. Allow the payment date to come. I mean, even if you feel you suddenly get a notion that, hey, I could probably call the company and tell them that, I've got money coming in, or that I'm going to be kind of short on it. Can we set up a payment terms or something like that? I mean, it's going to be something where you're going to feel as though maybe you're thinking that you didn't want to have to call the company and say that you're not going to make the payment, or you didn't want to have to ask for a payment plan from them, you know, to their help. Suddenly you're going to feel as though that might be the best route to go, and that is your guidance right there and then. That you're just going to call and you're going to talk to them, and they're going to say, okay, yeah, well, we can help you out with this. We can work with you on this. And you're going to go, oh, wow, it's working a lot better than I thought it would. That's why I never thought I should even try. So you might be very, very pleasantly surprised, okay? All right, so reconsider. Don't go it your way, okay? Don't go it your way. Allow yourself to be guided with the light of the divine, of spirit. You got the butterfly, which is spiritual, and then the growing flowers, the beautiful flowers. It's all spiritually. You know, it's peace and abundance and happiness. Flowers growing like that. Yep. Even beautiful things can grow in the dark. All right, let's find out what Tarot would like to tell us about your worry, concern, how it's going to work out for you. It is going to be the Page of Pentacles. That's an offer, a bright idea, an offer. I need to pull, okay. The Ten of Wands, that's going to release the burdens of what that worry, that concern is. See, that as I say, you're going to get an idea that there's going to be an offer. You're going to be offered a thought or an idea. Eight of Wands, then the communication, fast moving, back and forth. Wow. With the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords, it's all about finding the solution. That's movement forward. That's from the rough waters to the calm waters. You're moving forward. You found a solution, the swords, right? You take all those swords of having learned what you've been through your hardships, all the lessons that you've learned. You got the King of Cups here. Someone may be reaching out to help you with the Five of Swords. Okay, that's possible sabotage, or you're doing what needs to be done with the Ten of Swords. Wow, that's betrayal. Okay, feeling like you've been beat up and left for dead. Six of Wands, but that's victory and success right after that. We have Strength card, strength and courage to pick up and keep moving with the Page of Wands. Great news right here. And the Seven of Pentacles, looking back and seeing how much you have gained in wisdom, gained in abundance through even your hardships. How much you have. You know, do you still have a roof over your head? And so forth. Four of Swords, that's respite time and healing. With, at the back of the deck, the Four of Cups, Five of Wands, King of Wands, and the Nine of Swords, with the Moon and the Ten of Pentacles, and the Sun, and Ten of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so it's all going to turn out beautifully. It's just a matter of you allowing yourself to receive an offer. Like the offer could be, like I said, maybe you have to, if it's something about making a payment on time, and you may not have the resources to do that this time, that's just an example. You can call the company and you're going to be pleasantly surprised to find out that they can work with you. That's an offer to help you. Someone's going to be able to help you, and it may be the person on the other line is the King of Cups person. Somebody who's been there too. They've been there, done that like you have, and all they know is that they are somebody who can lend an emotionally, emotionally supportive cup. Emotionally supportive cup, and say, hey, I know I know, I mean, we all go through this, and that's why we're here, this company, that's why we do what we do. We help our customers out as best we can, because we want to see you succeed, because you succeed, we succeed, kind of thing. The Ten of Wands, that's you saying, okay, I can let these down now, because you can. I can release my burdens, my worries and my concerns. With the Eight of Wands, you're going to be like communicating. There's going to be a lot of communication between you and whoever it is that you need to work with. Okay, like that's if this is, like I said, a situation about making a payment on time. You're going to be receiving communications and downloads, of course, from the divine, because that's this card here is telling you to look out for the signs and synchronicities kind of thing, because they've got the Wheel of Fortune here. Things are going to go slow. You're going to be able to release yourself from whatever it is that is this concern that's on your mind. You're going to be able to release, like that's the burden. Letting it go. It's going to be released slowly. It's not something that you're just going to drop it all and it's like gone just like that. It is like the initial concern is going to be taken care of. Okay, like I said, it's going to be initially taken care of, but then you'll be looking 30 days down the road at, okay, I've dealt with this. How is this going to work for my next month? You know, that kind of thing. Well, if you're on a payment plan, it's going to basically put you on a budget payment that is going to be for the next however many months left or years left that you have to pay off something, but it's going to be doable. So it's going to be a slow payoff is what it's going to be. Slow payoff is not like you're just going to get a bunch of money and you just can dump it. Okay, so it's going to be the Wheel of Fortune is that your fortune is coming, but it's going to come in gobs, you know, in bits and gobs, right? So that's what we're looking at here. The Six of Swords, that's your solution. You're going to be able to release that emotional burden we have of like, I don't know what to do. I'm afraid. I don't want to lose my credit rating. I don't want people to think that I can't pay my way. I just don't want to feel like this. I don't want to feel like I'm going to have creditors calling me. I don't want to be dealing with that. And you know, and maybe your kids or some family member comes to you and asks you for, you know, can you loan me $100? And you have to say, no, I can't. I can't afford it. I can't even, you know, I have been worried about not being able to make my next payment on whatever it is, right? So, but there's somebody that, like I said, is emotionally invested in being a support for you. It could be the person that you're dealing with the company, or just somebody else may be able to loan you $100 to see you through to the next month kind of thing. But you're going to need to do what you have to do. Okay, and that could be that you're going to start looking at ways to actually set yourself up better for the future. No longer doing things like she's flying through the air on I guess a trapeze. I don't know what you call it, but she's flying through the air because this is Cirque du Tarot, and she's trained and practiced to land in a particular position, and so that's what you got to do. You've got to learn from something. You've got to learn from this to be able to get yourself in the right position, so that now that with the feeling like the crunch is on, with the Ten of Swords, feeling like the crunch is on, you can actually let it go and start pulling your swords out of your back slowly. You see, you can start the healing process. You can start the recuperating process. You can start the reconsidering process. Okay, you can start the pleasant times process. Things are coming that's going to put my smile on my face. You know, you're going to release the burden of whatever it is that you're concerned about right now, and you're going to be able to put your worries and concerns down to the point where you're going to say, oh, I can breathe finally. I can breathe finally. Okay, so that's taken care of. you know. So I'll figure out something for next month. If this is something where you're borrowing from family or friends or something like that, instead of working with a company that is going to set you up on a budget plan, payment plan, you know, you've just bought yourself another 30 days to be able to figure out something. Maybe you're going to be getting a bonus, or you can ask for a raise or something like that. Maybe you are getting a raise. It just doesn't kick in until next month. So it's just stuff like that, all right? And then that's victory and success with the Six of Wands. You're going to be able to start the process of having trained yourself to know where you need to land, which means you've learned how to do what you need to do with the Five of Swords. You do what you need to do in order for you to land, or to be able to be in a better position for next month, or the next situation, or the next emergency situation. You will have learned that the universe is kind and that it's going to help you as long as you ask. Just all you have to do is ask and let it go. Ask and let it go. So that's the idea of the process of holding the swords out of your back. 10 is the end. So there's no more, you know, you have unhappy, unpleasant surprises stabbing you in the back, because you may be living precariously or impulsively at times with your money. And don't we all, though, right? So, and that's if this is money, has to do with money. But I'm feeling like it has something to do with your money and a happy family situation. So it might be that you've got family, you know, that you need to be taken care of, and financially you're strapped. Like I said, the kids, somebody might come to you and say, can you lend me 100? And you're saying, I can't, sorry. But you're going to, through all of this, through all the fire that you have been going through, you're going to find that strength and courage to know what to do for the next emergency, the next month, the next time where you're facing a dilemma kind of thing. Because it's good news moving forward, because you've gained some wisdom. The Six of Swords, like I say, you take what you've learned, the lessons of your hardships, you take them with you, so that you can look out for yourself and say, okay, I've got my next loan payments coming up on the 15th, and it's the first of the month, and I'm seeing this thing I'd really like to buy, and it's going to cost me about half of what my loan payment is. And then you might be saying, you know what, I can't do it. I just can't put myself in that situation again. No, because the loan payment's going to come up and there's no more money coming in from anywhere. So I've got to be able to make sure that I have myself set up for that loan payment rather than buying this thing. Okay, just that kind of thinking. Good news is you start thinking that way, you've learned something, you've taught yourself something, your situations, your hardships have taught you something, you're learning, and so it's good news going forward with you realizing you've got you have a lot to be grateful for. Number one, that you can ask the universe, and the universe will deliver if you but open up and allow it to. Number two, you've got a roof over your head, at least for now, right? You've been able to buy yourself another 30 days. You got your roof over your head, you got a working vehicle, you've got food in your fridge and cupboards, and you've got clothes on your back and your family. Everybody's okay right now because you figured out a way to be able to ask for some leeway, you know, just like forgiveness or grace period or a budget plan, payment plan, something. You have been able to put something into place in order to help you have the time to think about how to take care of the next one, kind of thing. That gives you the time you need to be able to go in R&R, meditate, and receive more guidance here. So reconsider, instead of being maybe impulsive, or instead of not checking in with the divine, not asking the divine for help, reconsider that and go into meditation with the Four of Swords. Find the healing, like the, you know, that the relief, knowing that the divine, you know, you think of this as the divine, is going to be offering you a solution. It's going to help find you a solution that you're just going to be like truly happy with. If you allow the divine to do that. So that would be your one major lesson during this reading, if this reading is for you, right? It's all about making sure that you don't forget that with the Four of Cups, things might not be looking so good with the three that have, you know, all the things that you're worried and concerned about, or the troubles that you've had. There's always another cup, another offer to come in from the divine, if you but allow it. And it's going to look like, most often it's going to look like it's coming from a person, somebody, you know, that the policy of the company can allow their clients to enter into a workable, a feasible payment plan, something that you can manage. You know, it might extend the amount of time that you're going to be paying on it, but you can manage the payment. So the Five of Wands is like, you know, just know that the turmoil that you feel inside about not being able to meet your demands, meet your responsibilities and expectations from people that want something from you, you can do that. You can do that. That inner conflict, or conflict you might have with somebody because you owe them money, or that they are giving you a hassle because they're trying to borrow money from you, and they're saying, you know, you never give me money. You never are available to offer me. And that's usually like a kid or a brother or sister would do that to you. But you've got the King of Wands energy, where you are, you know, you just have to wave your magical wand, and like the magician, all you have to do is call in the manifestation. Okay, we've got the Nine of Swords here. That is with the moon energy. You're just like thinking, you're dealing with rough times with the Nine of Swords, you know, losing sleep at night because of what it is that you're worrying about, and things have been unclear. But now you're in this King of Wands energy that you can whoop some butt, if you know what I'm saying. You can whoop some butt because you got some leverage. And the leverage is the divine, and the divine through other people to help you. Okay? That's your leverage. But you agree to allow them to orchestrate in the ethers, right? Everything, all the spirit that's around you, all the angels, spirit guides, and guardian angels, and archangels, and just God, you know, all spirit that's around you, which is also within you, it is trying to coalesce, like to work everything, orchestrate everything, the right people at the right time, in the right place, with the right amount, and the right terms, and all this sort of stuff. Oh, the company just put a new policy in where they're going to start if any client comes to us and says they can't make their payments, we can extend their loan with a feasible loan payment amount. You know, put you on a budget plan. That the policy just started that, right? Or the company just started that new policy, and it just so happens that you're calling to talk to them. That's just the example I'm giving. But you just so happen to need to call and talk to them because you don't have any other solution. And then you find out from them, from the person that you're talking to, that, oh, well, we didn't used to have this policy, but just as of lately, maybe the last month or two, my company, or our company, has this new policy that if clients call to find out how they're going to be able to, that they're going to be short on their next payment, we can offer them the opportunity to enter into a budget plan. But it's going to be a little bit higher interest, possibly like an extra %, and it's going to lengthen your term, but the payment amount is going to be manageable. And you're going to go, wow, okay, talk about synchronicity, huh? I need this. This is going to make a big difference for me. So then we've got the Ten of Pentacles, right? Ten of Pentacles. Things are looking a lot better than they did, but a few moments ago or the day before. With the Sun, healing is coming into your world, into your life, because you've got things under control. With the Ten of Cups is going to make your family life a whole lot better as well, because let's just say your monthly payment maybe used to be $300. Well, now you can make a monthly payment of, let's say, $150 or $200 instead. You got an extra $100 every pay period or every month that you can use for, lend that person $100 or buy more groceries, buy your kids a new pair of jeans or something, right? And with the Ace of Cups, it's like the divine is saying, you followed our guidance, you asked, and you've let go. You're allowing things to come to even the pinpoint of a head as to how close you are to where you need to do something. You may need to make a decision, right? Like make that payment on time. You allow the divine to lead you slowly to your fortune by making you go as long as up to that particular day that you need to make that payment, and suddenly you think, well, there's no other solution. I guess I need to talk to them. And that's where the divine was guiding you to. I'm just in this example, I'm coming up with that you're just going to be guided to the thought that's going to come across your head, and might have come across your head, your mind a time or two, but this time it's like it's a do or die situation. The payment's going to be due tomorrow, and you don't want a delinquency and for it to lower your credit score and all that sort of stuff, right? So you're suddenly thinking, well, I've thought of this before, but you know what? I guess I'm going to have to do it because I don't see any other solution. Well, that is the solution. That's the guidance that you're getting. It seems like it's not, but it is. Okay, so guys, it's happy for you. Truly it is, but that's the message, is to ask for the help, reconsider, right? Bouquets, good times, pleasant recovery. You're going to recover from what it was that has been plaguing you, burdening you, stabbing you in the back, keeping you down from being able to move forward and grow and expand, right? Look for the signs of synchronicity, even the sign of the thought that comes into your head that you're thinking, well, do I do this or do I do that? What do I need to do? And you're thinking, well, I could do this. Well, then do that, especially if it's like the last day that you have to make a decision. Then do that and see where that takes you. It's going to take you here, okay? Because that's like the guidance, all right? But sit in meditation, get your guidance, get your wand, your light out, and start making sure that you're checking in with the big guy upstairs, as they say, with your inner being, your soul that is connected with your guardian angels and spirit guides. So take care and best of luck with that. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Bye for now. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You've chosen this card, Embrace the Adventure. Card number 23, which is 5, and it's about change. Things are changing for you. So I would say they're changing for the good. Better, right? Always. Change is good. Embrace the adventure. So guys, if you didn't pull this or choose this pile with the card using your intuition, you've chose it with the number, and we've got numbers 5 or 6. 56, 65, or 11, if you add the two together. And if not, wasn't that, it's your zodiac sign. So we got Cancer and Virgo with Aquarius and Leo. All right. So I'm going to read the meaning of that Embrace Your Adventure in a moment. Leave the book there so I don't forget. And let's find out for pile 2 now, Archangel Michael. What do we have to go with embracing the adventure? The Chariot. Well, there you're going on an adventure. The Chariot, okay? Card number 7, Chariot. Major Arcana. Let's get some clarification for the Chariot. go. Oh, pull. Oh, I had it right. It's the Ten of Pentacles. Isn't that beautiful, guys? Ten of Pentacles. So this has got something to do with money for you, or at least for some of you. Your concern. Isn't that generally the case, though, right? Okay, so let's find out from the Lenormand what it can add to your reading here. Kind, which is German for child, and it's 13, which is 4. So that's a new beginning with a foundation. Building a new foundation as a new beginning. Wonderful. Could have something to do with the child, by all means. And then we have celebration here. Beautiful. There's 2 people. Kind of like making promises to each other. But the one's like a fairy or an angel. Very interesting. I can read the meaning of that too from the book, which is the Oracle of the Fairy. So it is a fairy by Karen Kay. Just notice that the writing is kind of off. It's not straight with the top of the book. The whole thing isn't. Yeah, I notice stuff like that. Okay, let's read this one. Embracing the Adventure. Card number 23 for change. Embrace the adventure. Life is unpredictable right now. It may even feel a little unsafe. Well, that's why we're looking at how will that one worry or concern on your mind work out for you. There is no danger. There is only the unknown, like the moon energy, right? Meet the immediate conditions with a sense of adventure and enthusiasm. Embrace the unknown with confidence and positivity. So saying you don't know how this is going to work out, let's just see how it's all going to work out. Like kind of like solving a mystery, or just going at it with the sense of adventure. Many new and unexpected doors of opportunity are about to open. To fully benefit from these blessings, be spontaneous and let go of control. Lean into the unfolding adventure. Life is about to get very exciting, so dive in. Wow, that's awesome. So the first pile, they were reminded that it's necessary to be able to ask for help. You need help. You ask for it from the divine through the angels, right? You ask for help and then you let go. Just like this card tells you, you have to let go. Meaning that however way you want it to show up and at the time that you want it to show up in, so that you feel better and feel safe and all that, you allow the divine to have that, to have the timeline and the how. The when and the how, right? And you don't obsess over it. Because when we obsess over it, we're fearful. And that fear always pushes solutions away. Always pushes solutions away. So you want to be mindful of not obsessing over, well, the solution hasn't showed up today. I sure hope it shows up tomorrow because I need to, my example in pile 1 was that there's a loan payment to be made. And you're going to be shy on it because you've had you maybe spent a little more than you should have this month or past 2 weeks, or something else came up, maybe an emergency came up and that money had to be rerouted. So it is about asking for the help. You tell the divine you've got, that they know, the divine knows that you've got this situation, but you're not sure how, you're unclear as to how you're going to be able to make it work. So you ask, I need your help. I need your help with this because I don't know what else to do. I need your help. I need a solution. And then you say, and so it shall be. And so it shall be. And that's where you open your hands up and you're ready for it, ready to receive. But don't expect to receive it when you think it's going to show up or when you think it needs to show up. And believe me, when it shows up, you're going to be looking at it and going, oh, wow, I am so happy. I am so happy. You're going to be pleasantly, if not more, surprised. Pleasantly surprised. The change that's coming in for you to solve this issue. How will this one worry on your mind work out for you? The change that's coming in, you're going to be learning something very, very valuable. Okay, celebration. This card here. Get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out to dance and play. An invitation could be on the way. And it could be your solution comes through enjoying yourself, having fun. You find out, you meet somebody, or some kind of information comes to you while you're out enjoying yourself, or whatever it is you're doing. Maybe you're at home doing something you really enjoy doing that's fun to you, like creating something, right? Maybe you like to scrapbook, that kind of thing. So you decide that you just like, there's nothing else for me to do. And if I don't do something, I'm just going to start thinking about it, worrying about it. So if you start doing something, you get your mind off of it. Next thing you know, you might have an epiphany. So an invitation to a special occasion could be on the way. So it's time to put on your dancing shoes, or be ready to kick off your shoes and dance barefoot in nature. Have you been working too hard recently? Perhaps you've just forgotten what it's like to have fun. It's so easy to get wrapped up in work and in the more mechanical and mundane activities of daily life, which means we often forget to prioritize essential fun time. This card reminds you that it's time to celebrate, whether you go out or stay in. Perhaps you could invite some good friends round and host your own fairy themed party, or even a fairy ball. Even when times are challenging, there's always something to celebrate. You don't need an official reason. Just being grateful, looking around and see what you do have. Even though you feel like you're lacking in something, you look around and say, you know what, I might be lacking in this particular thing that's worrying me right now, but boy, I'm sure happy I've got a roof over my head. Boy, I'm so happy I've got food to eat. Boy, I'm so happy I can afford to make sure all my kids' needs are taken care of. Stuff like that. Just like, we take all that we take advantage or for granted. We take all that for granted, but it could simply just go poof and it could be gone. It might have been that we never were able to put a roof over our head, or that now that you've got a roof over your head, it's possible that it could be taken in some manner, a fire, a flood, or the bank, because maybe you're not able to make your payments, stuff like that. Just being grateful for what you do have. I have so much in my life that, I have so much more than any one person needs. And I'm grateful that I have it all, because it beautifies my life. All the beautiful things that I have, it beautifies my life. I love my house. I love looking at my things. I'm just happy to have it. I'm so grateful to have it. And just the fact that I have a beautiful house with a roof, beautiful, the roof's been, we got it re-roofed, so we got a nice roof on it now too. Things like that the divine through our finances have been able to make those things happen for us. So being grateful just for those things that we take for granted really makes a difference. It does. So let's see, it says here, you don't need an official reason. Just being alive is a more than worthy cause for celebration. Dance, rejoice, and celebrate life in all its magical glory. Remember to celebrate the small wins too. You were able to clip your toenails. You had time before you had to put your dancing shoes on. You knew your toenails were a little long and they probably would hurt in your shoes, your dancing shoes. So you realized, I got time to clip my toenails. Just be grateful for the small wins too. I got time to, that so-and-so's not going to be here for another 10 minutes. That gives me 10 minutes to clip my nails. All right. Do you have a birthday soon? Or is there a special anniversary coming up that may have slipped your mind? Always make sure you keep a diary to mark down special occasions so you never have to miss a thing. And have your party clothes ready just in case you receive an unexpected invitation. It's good to be spontaneous, and that's where there's always an extra sprinkling of fairy dust and magic. Fairies are excellent in celebrating. They find fun even in the little things and need no excuse for a party. The energy of celebration is around you right now. So what I'm getting from Archangel Michael from reading that is that I think that this is more about you maybe feeling overwhelmed with not necessarily just work, but everything else is work, really, if it's not fun. that you've been maybe feeling as though you haven't been able to go out lately, you haven't felt like it, or you haven't been able to afford to do it, you think, right? And it's possible that you're just not spending enough time enjoying yourself, that life has become such a heavy burden to you for one reason or another, and it's most of it would be because of the way you think about it. That's where this whole idea of being grateful for even the small wins will start helping you feel a lot less weighed down by simply not having enough enjoyment in your life, enough joy, happiness, happy times kind of thing, to feel like a child again, who are curious, and they're always having fun. They're so close to their spirit, it's not even funny. But they don't take anything seriously, right? And they're, they do complain, sure, but their expansion or their attention span is very, very short. So depending on how old they are, they go on to the next. They leave that behind. They let go with that concern and on to the next thing, right? What else can I stick in my mouth, kind of thing, to explore this world through. And celebrate your wins. Celebrate small wins, big wins. Celebrate the fact that you can, if you really wanted to, you can go out. And even if you don't want to go out with anybody, you could go out to, like, let's say a bookstore. And I've done this before. I'll drive an hour. If I didn't have a bookstore nearby, I'd drive an hour. I'd go there and I'd pull up one of those little tables that just sits for two, or at the counter. And I've pulled a book off a shelf from the store, and I'll just sit there and drink my coffee and read. And even if I'm not reading, I'm just drinking my coffee and watching, looking around, reading a little maybe, but looking around, watching people. And I find that so relaxing. And that's me having a joyful moment. That's me enjoying myself. Going out, getting out of the house. As beautiful as it is, you got to get out sometimes. Even just to go to the grocery store and look around to see what other, what fresh vegetables are there today, Just something different. And I seem to think that this is what we got going on with how will that one worry or concern on your mind work out for you. Whatever your worry or concern is, the way it's going to work out for you is by starting to find ways to enjoy yourself. Walking through your day, finding something to do that is going to bring you some happiness. For me, for example, I love M&Ms. Love them too much. I love M&Ms, but I like to get a little bowl of M&Ms, okay, because I buy the big bag at Walmart. I get a little bowl of M&Ms, and I sit in my lazy boy recliner chair with my feet up, pillow under my feet. I'm really comfortable. My cats and my dog are all around me, and I've got the TV on and I'm watching something on YouTube, like people who build dugouts, or houses in the forest, stuff like that. Or I watch Azerbaijan, the lady in Azerbaijan, that country life vlog, whatever. She's always cooking something, baking something, and they got a beautiful property where the husband has really, grown a lot of trees and fruit trees and flowers galore. It's just a peaceful, and they're all their little animals, their ducks, their geese, their chickens, their cats, and their dogs, and their birds, and all that just are all around her and him all the time. They're just all working in just in collaboration, being happy outside, doing stuff, enjoying what they're doing, and videotaping it and putting it up on YouTube. And they're got millions of viewers all the time, so they're making a lot of money from ads. So yeah, do something that makes you feel good. The M&Ms are not going to last very long. They're only going to last me, one at a time, right? Eat it like popcorn. Lasts about 10 minutes, maybe. But that gave me 10 minutes of sitting in my easy chair with my feet up, my pets around me, watching a program I really enjoy watching, and I am having that 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes of my day where It's just me with something sweet that I love to eat, with my besties all around me in my beautiful home, sitting comfortably, watching a really nice program. Yeah, can't have any better than that for me, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Something like that. We got the 7 of Coins. Yes, looking at what it is that you have already and being grateful for that. Seeing all that you have grown as a result of the seeds that you've planted from before. So with my husband working as hard as he does, and me working as hard as I do, we have managed to be able to have quite a bit of fruit on our trees. So we're doing well. You know, we're doing better than a lot of people are. But just being grateful, just the fact that she's got a little dog that's like me with my pets. I got my beautiful little friendly pup here, and all the abundance I have to harvest. Being grateful. That brings a smile to your face. Otherwise, it's 3 of Swords energy with, you know, feeling the hardship, the pain of not feeling very happy, not feeling very grateful. We have the Magician, but you have all that you need, the resources that you need, whether you see it that way or not, you do. And the number 1 is to go within and ask for that help. If you're having a hard time being able to lift your spirits from, let's see, you're feeling anxious or depressed, quite often you go and you ask the divine to help lift your spirit, so that you can feel like you can enjoy your environment, or you can step out of your environment and enjoy yourself in some other manner. And the divine is going to help you with that. Because then the 9 of Coins, that's you living abundantly, because you know you've got the resources you need as the Magician. You're going to be able to sit pretty. This is like I can see myself here. That's me. Is that you? You know, this could be you. This could be you. Like, it hasn't been always fun and happy times for me either. Not at all. I've hit the bottom of the barrel too, you know. You know, that where there was no further down for me, but all I could do was look up, but I had to look up. And I found my way. But that was because I employed the divine. Because I started to believe that the divine can help. That there are angels and spirit guides that want nothing but happiness, good times, and love for me. And they do for you. With the Sun energy, wow. You sitting pretty, being grateful, finding a way to let go of heartbreak, knowing that you have got all the resources you need. You just have to start. See, she looks so solemn, right? I kind of like a bit shocked, like I can't believe this happened. But if that's your depression or your anxiety that's holding you back from being able to see your way clear to the sun, to better times for you, then you need to start looking at what you can be grateful for. You got the 10 of Pentacles right here with the Chariot. You're moving towards abundant times, happy times. You're moving towards it. You're building a new foundation for it through your celebration, through your celebrating your wins, celebrating what you have right now. If there's something that you're, you know, that you're ogling over that that you'd like to have but feel like you can't. Okay, you teach. Never say never. That's one thing I learned. Never, not with the divine. You never say never. Here's the 9 of Swords. You've been losing your sleep because of this 3 of Swords heartbreak kind of thing, that you feel brokenhearted just from life itself, that you might feel like you've been dealt, you know, a bad hand in life, and you might have been. But it always takes us individually. It takes us to see to change your perception, to see that you don't have to sit in that quagmire, that muck and mire of the mind, of thinking that things can't get better for me. They're not going to get better for me. Yeah, they can. You have to just start reaching for, with your mind, you start reaching for a happier thought. So if you've been feeling like you're not having enough fun, that all you do is work, and even if you're not working, it's no fun just being at home. Like, what fun is that, being at home? Well, I do. I find fun that way. Okay, but not everybody does. You start reaching for, you know what? The happy thought could be, you know what? I could take 5 minutes and just go outside, stick my head outside. I could take 5 minutes, stick my head outside and breathe in some of that fresh air from outside. Start with something small that you just have to, you know, I'm always in the house. I'm never doing anything that I enjoy doing. Even if I go outside, I'm usually doing something, which is go outside, never mind doing anything. Just sit there or stand there in the sun or in the shade, whatever works best for you, and breathe in the fresh air. Take a few deep in breaths and slowly exhale it, and then go back in the house. See how much lighter you might feel. And then the next thought could be, you know what, I could do that longer. Or, you know what, if I'm going to go outside, I might as well go for a little walk. It's small baby steps. It's what it is. Do something that you feel like doing. Even if you don't feel like doing it, know that it's possible, that the potential is there for you to feel better about yourself because you went for a walk, or that you stuck your head outside and took a few deep breaths of fresh air. King of Cups. Somebody, wow, is in your corner. Let's see. You got the Queen of Cups. You got the 8 of Cups. The 4 of Wands. See. The 2 of Wands. Oh, yeah. The 3 of Wands. Wow. And then the Lovers. The Knight of Wands. The 7 of Wands. That's evolution here with boundaries. Oh, the Fool. Oh my goodness. The Knight of Cups. And then, you know, the Queen of Wands, you taking action. Holy moly. Wow. Wow, embrace the adventure is what we're talking about here. The Fool. Knight of Wands. Lovers, Knight of Wands, 7 of Wands. You know, you are like, let's see here. You are either in a relationship with a King of Cups or a Queen of Cups, or you are about to, because look. Oh my God. You know, you're just going to have to take a leap of faith, take things slowly, and allow this person to woo you. And you just sit there and look good. Just sit there and look good. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it starts with you, like I said, reaching for a better thought and being grateful for what it is you got now. What you got going on in your life right now. Even if you're not with somebody, just being grateful that you have your home, you have, you know, whether you rent or buy. You have your home, you have your health, you have this, that, and the other thing. Okay? Food, clothes, all that stuff. You have what you need. You have a car, maybe. But all you know is that you have been brokenhearted. Okay? Something has broken your heart. Someone has broken your heart. Okay? Something has broken your heart. Being grateful for what you've gained as a result of having had those hardships. Okay? You are now in the position after hardships to be a magician. You've got the wisdom behind you of what you know, what you will accept and what you won't accept, and what you want and what you don't want. You know all that. That is like the 10 of Pentacles energy right there. Just being full of having taken life's hardships and turned them into lessons for something that you know you can do. All right, so then you're on your own. You're on your own, independent energy, 9 of Pentacles, doing okay. You're doing all right. You got what you need. You got everything that you need. 7 of Pentacles, and you're going to be making it. You're just going to keep moving forward, like the Chariot energy. You're just going to keep moving forward. You're still going to be taking care of yourself. You're going to have happy days and happy times if you start but changing that one thought into something reaching for a better twist on it. Okay? Twist it. Make a tweak. Tweak the thoughts that you're having that are negative. Tweak them all. Don't just leave some of them behind. You know, start making a list of how you think about stuff. I think this about my situation. I think this about my environment. I think this about, you know, geez, my car. I don't even have a car, but, you know, it's like 20 years old, okay? You might be thinking, well, you tweak that by saying it's 20 years old, but it's still running. You know, really, I'm doing okay. I got a 20-year-old car. At least I got a car to get me around. Some people don't even have that. And so anyways, you're going to be happier times putting these worries and concerns that you have at night that wake you up, or that you wake up and to go pee, like I would wake up to go pee, and the first thought to jump on my mind would be that concern, that worry. There is somebody that wants to reach out to you, or you know about them already, but they are wanting to match your energy, whether you're the king or the queen. There's somebody that wants to give you their cup of love. They're interested in you. They see you as being someone who's very gentle, someone who's kind and generous and loving, cares, has caring personality and heart. That you've had to walk away from an emotional investment from the past here. Okay, whatever that is for you. It could be a relationship, it could be just how you're feeling emotionally about your lot in life, and having to walk away from this this burden that might have something to do with your home life. That we were just talking like that. You need to move forward. You know, standing at a crossroads here. I'd like to know if these two here, you and your person, if that's a person who's hurt you, or is it somebody else? Let's get some clarification. Archangel Michael, if you will, please. Who is the King or Queen of Cups here? Who is the King or Queen of Cups, please? What does this King or Queen of Cups mean to our viewer for pile 2? And threw them on the floor. Okay, hang on a minute, guys. I gotta take my microphone off, it won't reach. Okay. We have the Knight of Swords with the Nine of Wands, the Three of... Sheesh. So the Eight of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, someone who's yet... No. Nine of Wands. So we're looking at the King of Cups here. King of Cups. Broke your heart. Queen of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. I feel like what's happening here is that there was a King of Pentacles not putting enough time and attention your way. And there's been a lot of anger between the two of you. Yeah. There has been a long-term commitment that you've been with the King of Pentacles, who you might have met, you know, at work. Let's just say you might have met them at work, okay? But or that they're the working, you know, King of Pentacles. They work hard. They might be too focused on work, more focused on work than on actually maintaining and growing a relationship with the person they have, you know, committed themselves to, which would be you. Okay, but yep, you have been feeling like, you know, you have been feeling like you've drawn the short straw kind of thing, that with this person. Although you're doing well financially, they're able to take care of you, like not take care of everything financially. You might be working too and taking care of things with your finances as well. But you're doing okay, is what I'm saying. You're doing probably better than okay. And this is a relationship thing, is that this person is breaking your heart because they are not living up to their promises of love and devotion. Like taking care of, okay, you can take care of your work, your job, but you need to take care of your relationship too. They're not taking care of the relationship, and it's been leaving you feeling rather wounded. You know, heart wounded, and it's caused a lot of turmoil. But this this can be the Knight of Swords in the energy of arguments, right? Being angry. The Knight of Swords can be an angry energy. So you have been feeling, and they have, the two of you been maybe angry. You may be angry at them for working as much as they do and not spending enough time with you, quality time with you. It's breaking your heart, and it's left you wounded to the point where you just can't see yourself going forward with this person. So you're walking away from that emotional investment here. So this King of Cups is the one that's on your horizon, or you already know. But it's a home thing. It's your environment. It's not happy. And you've been standing at a crossroads trying to sort out whether you should stay in the marriage, unhappy as you were, or move on and go your solo way. And you're going to be going your solo way from the commitment. You're preparing yourself for that. There's somebody else who wants to step in and be your person. There is. And this is like, now you've got a choice at this point, because you're standing at a crossroads, needed to make a decision. You made a decision possibly already, and you're preparing yourself for it. And this person has to do with passion and love, right? The King of Cups. You might be wondering here, this is the thing, you might be wondering if they're going to be for a long time, or if they're just interested in dating and moving on kind of thing. This King of Cups. But they're not. Number one, they're not, okay? You're going to enjoy this person. This person is going to be spending time with you that this person stopped doing or never did do. Okay? They're going to be spending time with you, and you're going to be enjoying yourself. Living like I said, if you've not been feeling very outgoing or very happy in your environment, you've not been happy and feeling joy, like it's just like it's not part of your vocabulary lately because of the emotional stuff you've been dealing with your person in your home. You've made the decision to go out on your own, to walk away. Happy times are ahead from you. Losing sleep at night is going to be a thing of the past, because this person's coming into your life and they want to take you out and do fun things with you. But you might be wondering if that's short-lived too, because maybe you did fun things here with your King of Pentacles guy, and that kind of went south once you've gone past the honeymoon phase of the relationship. So it could be a concern for you. But if it is, put up some healthy boundaries. Tell your person, hey, you're coming across like this, and we're enjoying each other, and I really dig you, and I know you dig me, and all this sort of stuff. But I've been down this road before. The Chariot, right? You've been down this road before, and my King of Pentacles from before was, we were enjoying our time together like this until the honeymoon phase was over with, and then the next thing you know, he's back at work, or he's working, and that's his main focus. Maybe he's very career oriented too, working a lot. Even if they're not working a lot, they come home and they busy themselves with work, like hobbies, tasks, cleaning out the gutters, repairing the roof, mowing the lawn. That they just constantly are doing something. that has nothing to do with spending time with you, if I could say that. But this person is going to come along and they're going to say, hey, let's go do this, that, and the other thing. I really want to have a good time with you. I'm very attracted to you, all this sort of stuff. And you're going to be possibly thinking, no, I've been down this road before, so I'm going to be straight up with this guy. I'm going to tell this guy that, this is what I'm going to put up with, and this is what I'm not going to put up with. Let's just stay unattached, for now. Let's just stay unattached for now and see how things go. Let's just be daters, or even if you do live together, but you're not going to get married. Or I would say not even moving in together, but you're probably going to be spending a lot of time at one or the other person's place. So you're going to feel like you're living together, but you're not. It's that sort of thing. But you're going to say, you know what? We need some time so I can figure out where your head is at with respect to remaining devoted to me, in not just faithfully, but in wanting to when you're away from work, that you really want to spend time with me, enjoying our time together, and not busy yourself doing this or going out with the guys or working all the time. You're going to take a leap of faith. You're going to say, if you can agree to my my boundaries, my expectations or demands, whatever you want to call them, because I've been hurt so bad. If you're going to agree to that, I'm willing to take a leap of faith with you, but we're going to take it slow. Like I said, you're going to take it slow. It's not like moving into each other. You might be spending time with each other, but not actually committing to living under the same roof. And you're going to let them woo you with the Knight of Cups. You're going to let them woo you, and you're going to be going, I can do this. You're going to be like, okay, you're going to be feeling so damn attractive, right? And very complete and confident, because you're going to take it slow. You're going to allow them to woo you because you got your boundaries. Okay? That's going to allow you to take a leap of faith to be with them, because you've got a choice. You have a choice to either make them your lover or love yourself instead, right? Because you're in this other situation that you're walking away from. Making you first, and then whatever comes what may, kind of thing. It's a new foundation for you, and it's a new beginning. You just have to start celebrating the fact that whatever's not been allowing you, you have to start changing your mind about that and get out of it. Get out of your mind about that. Get out of your mind about it. Leave whatever you need to leave to get your mind out of it, so that you can start focusing on what makes you tick. Not what makes another person tick, or not what makes you tick with another person. Just about what makes you tick. Because you've got long-term commitment and abundance as a result. Going forward. Moving forward, that's what's happening. You've got a long-term commitment with a whole lot of abundance in the sense of enjoyment in your life, enjoyment and happiness. Remember the sun? So that's what I see for you guys today. Okay, so how will that one worry or concern on your mind work out for you? It's going to work out very, very nicely for you. You're going to be sitting in the energy of, look what I've done for myself. I'm feeling so damn impassioned about my new environment, because people can be an environment that you surround yourself with. I'm a go-getter. I'm taking charge. I'm making sure I have my boundaries in place. Okay, my boundaries in place show that I've evolved and I've learned something from my past. Here, allows me to take a leap of faith, but do it slowly and allow them to open up to me, because I'm open. They just need to open up to me and be committed to me, right? Right. So take care. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, and we'll talk with you again sometime soon. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. You've chosen this card, Listen to Your Heart. And it's card number 10. So that's a beginning, a new beginning, right? So we're going to read what the meaning of the Listen to Your Heart card is in a little bit. Let's finish off here. So if you didn't choose this card or this pile, through your intuition, you might have used the numbers 1 or 2, 12 or 21 or 3. Okay, if not that, it was your zodiac signs. And we have Sagittarius and Aries with Taurus and Pisces. Okay, excuse me. So I'm going to go through these cards first, and then I'll read the description for that, for your significator card. And let's find a major arcana, please. Archangel Michael for pile 3 now, please. Thank you. The Devil. Wow. Beware of bondage to material desires. Liberation from your chains is possible when you acknowledge the power within to break free. Wonderful. Okay, so yeah, just acknowledging how powerful you really are, that's inside you, going there for the solution, is going to help break you from the bondage you might be feeling to your worry or your concern. Let's get some clarification for that. Ace of Teacups, Ace of Cups. Wow. Ace of Cups, brand new beginning of self-love. Self-love or love, big love path. Right? Get a Lenormand that you may be feeling attached to somebody that you love or you did love. Oh, heart. 24, that's like love. The number 6, love or family. So it has something to do with love, 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 love. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to read the description for this card, whatever it happens to be. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, what do we have for the Enchanted Earth Oracle by Jessica Lahaud? Okay. We have rise. I was thinking rice. 34, 7, spirit, spiritual, rise. I got itchy nose, guys. Reliable, trustworthy, and commitment. Rising to the occasion, right? Being reliable, being trustworthy, and being committed. Nice. Reliable, trustworthy, and committed. Wow. That's what you need. Because you are. That's what you need because you are. Okay, listen to your heart. Listen to your heart is 10. Listen to your heart. You can tune in and focus on life on 2 channels. The first is that of your limited ego, the voice in your head. So I talk about there's ego, and then there's love, or there's fear, which is ego, and then there's love, which is the divine spirit, your soul. So the first is that of your limited ego, the voice in your head. This channel gives you a biased, inaccurate, and often threatening, fear-inducing view of the world around you. The second channel is centered in your heart. That's it. So you're balanced when your mind and heart are on the same page with each other. It's about love, right? The second channel is centered in your heart. This is the voice of your higher self and spirit. This channel is that of your true divine nature, connected to universal support and guidance, and offers reliable, clear direction on how to best move forward. The voice in your head, your ego, is noisy. Yeah, the ego always screams and spirit whispers. It's always noisy, it's agitating and anxiety-provoking, fear-provoking, fear-inducing. It leaves you feeling ungrounded, restless, and unsafe. It communicates in your head and won't be quiet. So it's that self-talk, right? You're talking to yourself. Your spirit, on the other hand, is calm, reassuring, and consistent. It expresses in your heart through calming, subtle vibrations, vibes instead of words. You feel this guidance deep inside your body. Get centered, grounded, and tune into your spirit instead of your ego for guidance. on the immediate path ahead. Ignore both your ego and the ego input of those around you, because we all have egos. We wouldn't be in a physical form if we didn't. Avoid distressing yourself by listening to the lower energy of the ego channel. Instead, take a breath. Put your hand on your heart and focus on your vibes, the frequency, the beating of your heart. Your inner guidance will gracefully escort you through this challenging passage and onto higher ground if you allow it. And the piles 1 and pile 2, they're both, it's about like you're asking for help, right? Assistance here, asking for guidance from the divine, but then you have to open your hands and let go. Let go of the need to know when and how it's going to show up, the solution. So it's the same message here too, is that you look within to your beautiful heart. You focus on your beautiful heart and ask for help in whatever area of your life we're talking about here. And then you let go. You've asked. You don't have to be a kid tugging on mom's pants going, "Mommy, mommy, mommy," trying to get her attention. "Mommy, mommy, mommy." You don't have to do that. All you do is ask. You ask once. And then you remember what you do. Instead of reminding yourself of the problem, you remind yourself of that, like that breath. Okay, I don't have to worry about that. I've given it to the divine. The divine's got it. It's in divine's hand. I don't have to think about it anymore. Even if with pile 2, if you draw into it, even with up to the very last moment where, was it pile 2? I don't remember. Very last moment where you have to actually make a decision on what to do, that you feel like you haven't been guided, like received the solution, it'll be in the thoughts that you're getting that's coming from your heart, because the guidance coming through your heart and it's showing up as thoughts in your mind. That's where your mind and your heart are working together. You'll get a thought that, maybe I should call this company to see if they can help me out with the payment I need to, that I need to make, that I feel like I'm too short to make this month. And the example was that they come up with that idea. The idea is the guidance from the divine. Doesn't feel like it, didn't look like it, but it is. You phone up the company telling them that you don't know if you're going to be able to make the full payment this month. Is there anything they can do? And the company says, "Oh, well, we just started a new policy. The company just had a new policy that last month we have started to help clients who call in to to tell us that they're not able to make the payment. We put them on a payment plan." You're already on a payment plan, but it might be a little bit higher interest. You don't have to take it if you don't want to, but if the offer is there, that it's half a percent or a percent higher on your terms, right? Than what they were originally, and you're going to have to extend your payments now. But it's going to be a manageable payment that you're going to be able to afford to make month after month after month, right? So there's your guidance. The policy just suddenly came into effect, and there you are. You're going to be a beneficiary of that new policy. That who knew that was even something that could be done? Well, you won't know until you phone the company to find out. Tell them that you're having a hard time making ends meet this month. What can you do to help me, if anything? So card number 34 here with Rise, the reliable, trustworthy, and committed. It says here, "I rise to the occasion with reliability like the sun." I love that saying, rising to the occasion. This card is calling you to reflect on the importance of reliable, committed behavior. The message of this card is to be on time like the sun. You're being asked to look for ways that you can be more dependable and consistent in your actions, and to look towards nature for guidance on the importance of timing. By embodying the reliability of the sun, because it always rises, right? You cultivate trust and respect in your relationships with others, while simultaneously honoring your worth, demonstrating the value of your time through your actions. Rising to the occasion, being trustworthy and committed. This card could also represent that it is time to prioritize people and endeavors that show you respect by showing up for you consistently and reliably. Like the stag, right there. Like the stag, where was I now? Hang on, this card also, like the stag, move with purpose and determination. Stay true to your course, even in the face of challenges and adversities. When you make reliability a priority, you demonstrate integrity and discipline, which serves as stability and security for yourself and others in your life. Furthermore, it communicates to the universe that you are ready for commitment, which will help you to release attachments that are not aligned and attract a life that is. Attachments with the devil card, right? Releasing attachments. It says, furthermore, it communicates to the universe that you are ready for commitment, which will help you to release attachments that are not aligned and attract a life that is. Ha! Yes. Wonderful, guys. Spirit's got you. Number 34. Spirit's got you. Wow. It's, 3 is communication, 4 is stability, security, foundation. Oh. So listen to your heart. I mean, just cut. We got your heart right here. That's what it is. Listen to your heart. Be devoted to listening to your heart, allowing yourself to release the ego's need to make you afraid and to make you feel threatened and unsafe. Stop listening to your head that wants to talk to you in negative terms. Start listening instead to your heart. And how do you do that? You do it through time spent in quietness. Prayer or meditation, yoga, whatever it is, going out in nature, spending time by yourself in nature, listening to the birds tweet and all that sort of stuff. Just getting yourself in a position, in a place where you can quiet your mind. Quiet your mind, because like the ego screams at you. So whenever you clearly hear something in your head that doesn't seem, it kind of seems like, well, if you do this, then this might happen. Or if you do this, you can make that happen. Be careful about that, because that's the ego trying to trip you up. Could be trying to trip you up to think that you should take action that is then going to cause you some further, consequences, negative consequences down the road. And the ego just wants to keep you on your toes. Okay, the ego just wants to do that. It's fear. It's all about fear. Ego is. Sometimes it likes to come across as the nightingale, that the nurse that cares for you and will do anything to make you comfortable. Sometimes it likes to come across as that. That's a mask. That's not true. That's why you got to get quiet, so that you can hear the whispers of your inner self, your inner sanctuary, your divine, your soul. To hear your guidance, your spirit guides, your guardian angels, whatever you want to listen to, Jesus, whatever it is to you, God, whatever it is, you need to get quiet, because it's only when you get quiet that you're able to, your thoughts are not running rampant in your mind. They're quiet. They've been calmed through focusing on your breath work when you're doing yoga or you're meditating or prayer, whatever it is you do in prayer to help you just center yourself into your heart. That's when you're going to know. You could also pose the question, like I heard earlier today that I should do this because then I could do that. Was that you or was that my ego? So you're going to start feeling deep within your gut, feeling when you put the question to the divine in your quiet moments. You're going to start feeling in your gut that whatever comes up for you is going to be right for you or not. I wish it was the same for everybody, because then it would just be easy, right? It would be easy to explain what the steps are through what's going to happen when you go into meditation. this step, you do this step, then it's going to, the next step, the next thing is going to happen. It's assured to happen, then the next thing is going to happen. But it doesn't. We all experience the wisdom of the divine differently. So I could tell you what happens with me, but that doesn't mean it's going to work for you that way. Too bad, I wish, I'm sorry. Yes, so anyways, let's get into, this is love, this is self-love, this is detaching yourself from the fear of the ego, and listening to your heart, loving yourself into that quiet time to listen to your heart speak to you with guidance of what to do in order to deal with, order to approach or engage in whatever it is that your mind's worried about right now, for it to work out, to deal with it, find the solution. We have the Six of Cups. Ooh, Six of Cups. The past. Look, she's like handing this down to this young boy here. She's handing this cup to the young boy. So it's like, learn from the past. Learn from the past and you shall receive. Learn from the past and you shall receive. Learn from the past and you shall receive. Okay, hang on. The Five of Cups. You've been regretful, remorseful of your actions, behaviors, attitudes. Queen of Cups. Trying to find, she's pouring her cup out. She's not, she's like, been there, done it, I'm tired of it, it's going. Or that you are in the energy of pouring your cup out instead of filling it up. Like this one's getting filled with tea. This one you're pouring it out. Because that could be from, love, romantic relationship gone wrong, right? But we may not be talking about that. It could simply just be the divine is saying that you've been pouring your cup out too much. You're not filling yourself up enough. You've been allowing your mind, your thoughts, your ego, your fears to navigate your path, to guide you. Seven of Pentacles. Looking at all that you've been able to, maybe looking back at the past and the mistakes that you've made. Looking at all the mistakes that you've made along the way as to what caused you to pour your cup out. Well, the mistake is that you've been pouring your cup out instead of filling it up. Three of Pentacles. Now, this is going to be a deep think for you guys, okay? Because you've got to somehow figure out what these messages are about you filling your cup up, right? You focusing on listening to your heart, bringing your mind and your heart into equilibrium, where they're both communicating to each other, listening to each other, but through the energy of love. Love and faith, love and respect, love and commitment, love and trustworthiness, love and reliability. That is like, where is it that you need to rise to the occasion, or have you been rising to the occasion and you just haven't been receiving that from others that have been important to you? So therefore your cup is like, you're like, oh, I'm pouring this cup out because it's no good, it's toxic, with the devil, with the person that's not been rising to the occasion. Okay, so that could be like the romantic thing for you. Seven of Wands. So Three of Pentacles, that's building a new foundation, that's collaborating. Seven of Wands, this is a card, I swear the Seven of Wands shows up almost in every single one of my readings, because it has to do with the energy of evolving to the point where you are actually establishing healthy boundaries for what it is that you will accept in your life in your experience, right? Your life experience, and what you won't from others. Not to mention from yourself. What you got, put healthy boundaries up for yourself, like some rules, right? Saying, I am only going to be in the energy of filling my cup from now on. It's self-love. It's about taking care of me first. Me first. That's not being egotistical or selfish. Because when you think about it, right? How can you be for anyone else if you're not doing it for yourself first? You take care of your needs. You take care of yourself. You can do that simultaneously as you take care of your children's needs or your spouse's needs. You can. But you have got to be the priority. Then we got the world. Okay, end of a chapter, brand new beginning. The Seven of Swords. Woo, woo, doggy. That is like trying to avoid. Look at there. They're stealing knowledge. They're stealing knowledge. And they got too much. The books are falling out of their arms. Interesting. Ten of Wands. He's wearing it on his head like a reindeer. Ooh, Ten of Wands. Yeeks. Nine of Cups, but yay. Overindulgent or emotionally fulfilled. Ace of Swords. Ooh, Epiphany. King of Swords. Ooh, Wisdom and Truth Seeker. Black and white. No in-betweens. It's either this or it's that. Two of Cups. Love. Four of Pentacles. That's hanging on. Eight of Cups. But that's letting go. And the Empress with Justice. And the Eight of Wands. The Three of Wands. The Queen of Wands. The Hangman. The Queen of Swords. Woo! Let's see here. We'll leave the Eight of Wands over here. Eight of Wands and Three of Wands and the Queen of Wands. We'll see if we need it. Okay. So, guys, this message for how will that one worry or concern on your mind right now work out for you? How it's going to work out for you is for you to listen to your heart. That is clear. That's absolutely clear. Listen to your heart. Let go of the fear. The fear that either you're not good enough or nothing's going to work out right for you, or you're going to be destroyed because you can't buy something or you can't pay for something. That your credit rating is going to go into the toilet because there's not enough money for you to make all your monthly responsibilities. Whatever the situation, health maybe too, okay? But listen to your heart. What is your heart telling you? That's this number one. It's about love. For the most part, when it comes to Lenormand, the heart card, it's about a romantic relationship. But you got to rise to the occasion. The occasion now, when you rise to the occasion, if you have not been listening to your heart, if you have been allowing your ego to have a little bit more headspace time than you've been allowing your heart to, then it's time for you to rise to the occasion and bring spirit out, spiritual guidance out from your heart, because you're spending time now. You're disengaging from the fear-mongering attachment to bondage of the ego mind, the ego thinking, the fear, the need to be negative, to think negatively, to feel negatively, and start filling up your cup with self-love, taking care of yourself, okay? Taking care of yourself. You're going to be receiving, by learning from the past, you're going to receive the offer, the solution that you need. So it could be something like, let's say you came to this reading because you have maybe because you have extended your your budget to the max, that now you're in fear. You feel fearful, afraid of your future, because you're just barely paying for everything right now with your income, however way you're getting that. Spouse too, their income, your income if you're not with someone. And you know, you're making ends meet, but it's kind of like there's nothing left over for really anything at all, including maybe even entertainment. But never mind entertainment, what about emergencies? Do you have an emergency account? You probably don't. And if you do, it might just be a few dollars in there. But it is like you are feeling threatened by the future, right? Which is like, it's a real fear. I mean, we feel it, okay? And we've been there and done it before, where we have in the past done this thing, right? Bought so much, hiked up our credit cards, got a car loan now, and maybe you've got a mortgage now instead of paying rent, and there's just more expense with the mortgage because you've got to pay for your utilities that are going to be higher utilities than if you were renting an apartment. Then you've got the land to take care of, so you got to have a lawnmower or hire somebody to do that. You're going to have to water your trees, or you're going to have home insurance to pay for, and then home upkeep, home improvements and repairs, stuff like that. It's just more expensive owning a home. And so you might be to the point where you could take care of everything as it is, and you've done this before. And then you were able to, let's say, consolidate some debts in the past. Time or two, you've been able to consolidate some debts where your credit cards are freed up now. You only got this one monthly payment instead of all these different credit card payments, right? On top of your mortgage and your car payment and what you need for utilities and home insurance, and then of course food, clothing, and whatever. Now, so your credit cards are clear, but over time, you've been seeing your credit card balances creep up again, up and up. And so whether you have one credit card, two credit cards, or 5, they're starting to fill up again, because life needs more from you financially than what your income has been able to support. Or you've been buying things or paying for things that maybe you kept having to put on your credit card because you didn't have the money in your bank account from your pay, your work, your income. So you slap it onto your credit card, thinking, I'll take care of it next month. Next month comes and you've been doing the same thing again. And like just over time, you see that your credit card balances come up, which means your monthly payments, credit card payments, are increasing. They're getting bigger and bigger, to the point where you're starting to be afraid of your future again. I have got all these interest and monthly payment amounts on these credit cards that I have to make now, that are much higher now than they were, let's say, a year ago, because I had consolidated them. I didn't have any interest payments to make, but now I do again, and I can't afford it. I can afford to pay them, but I can't afford anything else. What happens if you don't have health care and your kid gets sick, or your pet gets sick, or something, or I don't know, one of your windows breaks from a storm, you got to get that replaced, especially if it's in the winter. Oh my goodness. But anyways, just trying to come up with something. But in any case, you are feeling threatened by your future. So you want to you want to know what you can do, how this is going to work out for you, what can be done so that this can work out for you. But the answer is to listen to your heart. What is your heart telling you? Is your heart telling you to look at your past to have learned something from your past and promise, like even if you have to enter into a contract with yourself or someone else that says, I'm not going to do that ever again. I'm not doing that again. I'm not going to be building up. You might be cutting up your credit cards and closing those accounts. I am not going to do that again. I don't want to have to be consolidating debt again with another monthly payment. Sure, it'd be less than all the interest and monthly payments that the credit cards are going to expect, but it's an extra monthly payment now that I didn't have before if I had not have racked my credit cards up again. It's been making you feel regretful and remorseful that you did what you did. Maybe you have a lot of student loan debt that you're sort of regretful, thinking, well, if I hadn't gone to school, if I hadn't gone to school, I wouldn't have this debt. Or maybe I could have went to school without getting the full amount of whatever was available to me through federal student loans, Maybe you could have lived off less than what you took as the reward, the award that they approved for you every semester. Maybe you're feeling like you could have come out of school or graduated without this much student loan debt. So you might be berating yourself, making yourself feel bad, being regretful about having made those, feel like you're looking back now and you're saying, that's a mistake I've made right here. Yeah, okay, maybe it was a mistake you made. However, you're learning from it now, and that was then. This is now. It's done. The debt is there. Whether we want to feel bad about it or not, it's there. So the idea is that since it's there, we make a decision. We choose whether to feel bad about it, or we choose to go within to listen to the heart, to our guidance about it. And your guidance is always going to tell you that you have learned some, that you've learned some valuable lessons from this experience that you had, but you're at a point now where you're asking us, the divine, for help, which is like, right? The divine's like, finally, yay. We can, I always say, get your angels off the couch who've been sitting there, lounging with you because you've not been putting the divine into service. Therefore, you're not following its guidance. Therefore, you're an armchair astronaut, right? You have all these big ideas, but you can't do any of it, or you don't want to. You'd have to get out of the chair and start doing stuff, and it might cost money, blah, 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 blah. But that means your angels or your God and your spirit guides are sitting on the couch next to you collecting dust, because they're not able to do anything for you unless you're ready to do something or can do something. So when you finally have come to that point in your life where you're saying, I have this huge problem, I don't know what to do about it. And I don't want to fear my future. I need to give it to you, God. I need to give it to you, Jesus. I need to give it to you, my highest self. Whatever. I need to give it to you, and I'm going to let it go, knowing that I've already given it to you. I've given it to you. I'm not going to be the kid on mommy's leg, the pants. Mommy, mommy, mommy. No, I'm going to give it to you, and I'm going to trust, listening to my heart, that when I feel like there's something you want me to do, I am going to do it then. That's the guidance. But I'm not going to take it back through worry and obsessing because of the fear, the ego, wondering, oh, it's getting closer, and I gotta do something. I don't have a solution yet. Just let that go and put it back again. Say, my apologies, Jesus, but here it is. Here, I've opened up my hands again. Take it. I know I took it from you for that moment of fear, but I'm giving it back to you now, kind of thing. That's you filling your cup back up. You're not pouring your power out. You're your power, the power of the divine within you. You're not pouring it out. You're filling yourself back up again. So what you had been pouring out because you hadn't been enlisting the power of the divine within you to help you with this issue that you're dealing with right now. You are going to start turning that cup upright and filling it back up again with spending time wherever you need to do it to be able to let go of the bondage of fear so that you can feel the goodness and love and support in your heart, that guidance. You've seen the mistakes you've made. So they're there. So start collaborating with your inner self. That's you and your inner self, and then your inner self is going to tell you to call or do this, do that with somebody else. Okay? You're going to have those healthy boundaries up with yourself, okay? Towards yourself, saying, I am not going to get myself back into this kind of regret and remorse again. Never again will. Those cards are going, or whatever your situation. Those cards are going. I'm not going to have those credit limits anymore. They're gone. They're cut up. They're gone. Not ever going to be relying on my credit that way again. Okay? That's a healthy boundary for yourself. You're taking care of you, what your needs are. And that need is going to help you feel better about your future. Right? It's going to put the end of this chapter of fearing your future because of the ego fears that you've been allowing to take up space, like rent-free in your mind, right? And so you're putting an end to that chapter of fearing your future so that you can start to love your future, love yourself, knowing that you don't have to, basically deceive yourself into thinking that things are okay. You're going to do whatever you need to do in order to avoid this guy here taking up rent-free in your mind. I don't believe in the devil. I just had to say that, but it's the energy of the devil, bondage. Your thoughts, your own thinking is your bondage. Negatively or positively, which one are you bonded to? Okay, so you're going to be looking at ways to no longer be deceiving yourself and robbing yourself of a happy future, of a future of, a new beginning, of feeling that you can love your future. You don't have to, you can embrace your future. You can look forward to your future. That's what I'm saying. That's loving your future. Letting go of the burdens. This is 10, it's down, it's gone. It's gone. You are doing what you need to do in order to no longer deceive yourself and avoid fearing your future. Putting the burdens down of what might come as the future experience if you got too much of this and not enough of that kind of thing. You're going to be able to sit in the energy of feeling emotionally fulfilled, in the sense like you can let your hair down, like they said, let your hair down. Let your hair down and relax. Enjoy feeling optimistic about your future, fantasizing about how your future looks bright now instead of dark and shadowy and fearful. Because you're going to have the means that you need to have in order to be able to address any kind of emergency or concern or something else, whatever. Epiphany, your future is a new path now. The divine is bringing that to you because you're starting to speak truthfully to yourself about how you've operated in the past that got you to where you were, feeling regretful and remorseful about decisions that you made and choices that you made, learning from the past so that a solution, which is love, the cup, from your listening to your heart, can come in and release you from that bondage. And you're going to be walking the path of transparency, knowing Knowing what if it's finances, your financial situation, if it's love, your love situation, if it's health, your health situation. You're going to be seeing things so much more clearly, most definitely. With the King of Swords, you're going to be in this energy of, I am wise now. I am always calling on my higher wisdom to guide me. Guides me through. I seek the truth. The truth of the situation is that I don't have to be sitting in regret and remorse and fearing my future. That's the truth of the matter. And you in the King of Swords energy is just saying like, look at me, 2 of Cups. Look who I'm in love with now. You can be in love with yourself. If it's not in a romantic situation, it's you and the divine together. Yourself, you and yourself, you and your heart, right? You rising to the occasion to yourself. You showing up for yourself. You taking care of yourself. And if you gain a sense of peace and calm when you meditate, then by golly, meditate every day so that you get that 5, 10, 20 minutes. I do like an hour. Do 20 minutes, 5 minutes of where there's that space in your day where you've allowed yourself to feel at peace, to be, you are focusing on your breath work, to bring that breath, healing breath into all the way down to your belly, slowly, and then you let it out slowly. And you do that, it starts to, your blood fills up with oxygen, right? And oxygen goes to your brain. The blood goes to your brain, filled with oxygen. And then your brain sends out signals to all your organs that it's just, you're fine, you're healthy, you're good, you're doing good. All your organs are thinking, oh, okay, I'm good. Even if they're not good, they're going to heal from that extra oxygen in your blood that's gone to your brain, that's triggered the brain to tell your organ that, like your liver or something like that, that you're well. You're well because the brain's well, you're well. If the brain is well, you are well. If your mind is well, you are well. If your thoughts are well, you are well. You see what I'm saying? So get that oxygen into your blood and the brain starts telling your brain, it sends out these endorphins and the hormones are released. It's feeling good. Serotonin and what's the other one? Serotonin, can't think of it now because I'm in the zone here. But yeah, it's all those feel-good hormones that your brain releases into your body, and it starts relaxing your muscles, and you start feeling like everything's good. I'm at peace right now. Even if in 10 minutes I'm not, I'm at peace right now. And that's what matters. So 2 of Cups, get in love with yourself, that divine self of yourself. With the 4 of Pentacles, hang on to yourself. Do not let go. Just knowing that more is to come, as long as you hang on to yourself. Hang on to what's important to you. Is peace important to you, or is negativity, fear more important to you? The 8 of Cups. Walk away from that what is not your truth. Remember, you're walking the path of truth. The truth is that negativity should not and is not more important to one who takes the time and makes the effort to love themselves, to fill up their cup. That is the Empress energy, by the way. And it would be the Emperor energy too, but we got the Empress out here. So it's the Empress energy saying, we've got this, we have figured out, we've become wise, and we seek the truth. And so I am from now on not going to be afraid of my future. I'm going to be loving and birthing new worlds for me, new futures for me, through new thought, right? New thought that's centered in heart, in love, centered in love, very nurturing, and justice. Just feeling how everything is okay. I mean, it's fair now, it's just now. You don't have to fear. You know that the divine's got your back. If there's anything or anyone that could support you the best, it's the divine. The divine is going to see you see you, how can I say this? See you gain justice from all that you had experienced, that you know, choices and decisions that you made that caused you to feel out of balance, you know, that life was unfair. It's going to help you to see that all it takes is for you to turn that cup upright and start filling it up with your heart, with your spirit, with your divinity. That is what's just. That's how you're going to experience your world as being just, is through this commitment, this being reliable and trustworthy and committed to your listening to your heart, going within and listening to your heart. So if you do not currently have that practice, that daily practice, I encourage you. I just like, that would be your first step in finding out how this is all going to work out for you. It's saying it's going to work out for you beautifully if but you do this. But you have to do it. You just have to. Otherwise, you're not going to have the results that we have on this table right now. It's going to be different results for you. So start listening to your inner divinity and having that dialogue with them. With the Eight of Wands, back and forth communication, right? You speak and you listen. They speak and you're listening. You speak, asking questions, right? Asking for help. You listen, and they speak to you to give you the guidance, and you're listening. Okay? And just be ready. Three of Wands. Be ready for when you do receive that guidance. And take the action as the Queen of Wands. Wow. Okay, take the action as the Queen of Wands. Okay, see, we did use these. So, yeah, back and forth communication with the Eight of Wands, with your heart, your mind and heart, being prepared to take action when the time comes that you receive a nudge of inspiration. And as the Queen of Inspiration right here, the Queen of Wands, you're going to be putting yourself into action. You're going to be taking charge, taking control. You're going to be taking action. You're going to be doing whatever it is that you need to do, that you've been guided to do because you've listened to your heart. So I hope that was helpful to you, Pile 3. Best of luck with that. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, and take care of yourself. Bye for now.